Hello boys and girls and welcome back to Kids Church. I have just got home from a run and it was a beautiful day outside. I tried to take you with me but it didn't work very well because first of all I was very out of breath from running and second of all there was a lot of background noise. So I brought you home with me and we'll do our kids lesson up here looking out over town. I wonder what you enjoy doing, especially now that we're in lockdown. Maybe like me you like to go out on walks or runs. Maybe you like staying in and playing video games, or maybe doing some arts and crafts with your family. Or maybe you even like to do Joe Wicks online YouTube workouts, which I think I'm going to have a go at tomorrow because the weather is supposed to be not so good and it's going to rain all day. Well, whatever you're up to, I hope that you have been adjusting to life back in lockdown. And boys and girls, these are difficult times. And sometimes I find myself crying out to God, asking Him why, asking Him what's going on. And sometimes I get annoyed at different people just because I'm inside the house with them all the time. And the Psalms say some things about this. It talks about when we feel angry. And so one of the Psalms that we're going to look at today is Psalm number 4. So let's take a look.
Fun fact guy here. And I have another fun fact. Wow, I twirled. That's pretty fun. Anyway, did you know that the word psalm means song? And because of that, majority of the psalms were wrote in songs. That's pretty cool. So that's why they call it songs. And that's not all. Wait, there's more. Did you know that it was addressed to the choir director? You know, choir director. And did you know that Psalm 4 was played with a stringed instrument? That's a lot of facts, but they're fun. I'll see you later.
Answer me when I call, O God of my righteousness. You have given me relief when I was in distress. Be gracious to me and hear my prayer. O men, how long shall my honour be turned into shame? How long will you love vain words and seek after lies? But know that the Lord has set apart the godly for himself. The Lord hears when I call to him. Be angry and do not sin. Ponder in your own hearts on your beds and be silent. Offer right sacrifices and put your trust in the Lord. There are many who say, who will show us some good? Lift up the light of your face upon us, O Lord. You have put more joy in my heart than they have when their grain and wine abound. In peace I will both lie down and sleep, for you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety.
I'm back. Fun fact guy here with another fun fact. Okay, did you know that the book of Psalms has 150 chapters? That's the longest book of the Bible. Whoa! And, wait for it, it has the longest and the shortest chapters in all of the Bible. That is amazing. Fun fact guy, we'll see you later.
Wow, Psalm 4 is a really good psalm. But did you notice in the middle of it that David said, be angry and do not sin? That was kind of interesting. That was why this psalm stood out to me. Because sometimes I definitely get angry, especially now that we're inside an awful lot more than normal and we're with the same people. Our tempers can flare and we can definitely get angry. But David gives us some things to do in this psalm. He gives us 3 tips on how to handle our anger, because anger is an emotion. It's a feeling, and sometimes it can let us know that things aren't right in our world around us. Or sometimes it can tell us that there's something in our hearts that we need to change because we aren't looking at things correctly. So there are 3 things that David tells us in this psalm. The first is to reflect. Think about what it is that's making you angry. Maybe it's something that can be changed, like a trivial or small thing. Or maybe it's something that you need to talk to someone else about and get some help. So first of all, we've got to reflect what is making us angry. The second thing that we need to do is wait. Don't respond right away. Often when we get angry, we respond right away. We lash out, or maybe we storm out of the room, or we shout, or we say things when we get angry. We need to wait. We need to reflect while we're waiting, and then we need to do it silently. We don't tell everybody why we're angry. Often, whenever we feel angry, it's not something that we want to be shouting about to everybody, and it might hurt other people when we do. So David tells us to reflect, to wait, and to do it silently in verse 4. One of the other things that David says in this psalm is that he looks to God to be his peace. If we go right down to the end of the psalm in verse 8, David isn't angry anymore, but instead he's asking Jesus to be his safety. Jesus is our safety. He's the one that we can look to when we're struggling with things or when we're finding things difficult and challenging. God will always be with us, and he says in his word, the Bible, that he will never leave us. And so we can look to God and we can look to him to be our safety, focusing our eyes on him through prayer and through reading the Bible and not on the world around us. And that's really important because often in life we face things that are very, very difficult or are very challenging for us to handle.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, just staying alive. Fun fact guy here with another fun fact. Did you know when you read through the Psalms, you will see this word, Selah. That word means pause and reflect on what you just read. And that's like the Old Testament version of, hey, I should read that again because it was important. I'll see you later, kids. Fun fact guy will roll out.
So I wonder why David was angry or why he was looking for safety. Well, people think that this psalm was written when David was on the run. Now, he wasn't on a run like me when I was just running out by the beach. No, David was on the run. He was fleeing from his son Absalom, who wanted to take over and be king instead of him. So David had to run away from all that he knew, run away from his house and go and find shelter. They think that he probably sheltered in a cave. That must have been really difficult. His son wanted to take over and be king and get rid of David. How sad to have his own son chasing him and him having to run away. It's no wonder that David was angry or that he was seeking safety and looking to God. I'm sure in his situation, I would have been angry too, and I also probably would have been looking for a safe place. But the thing about this psalm is that David doesn't focus on the problem. He doesn't look at the fact that his son is chasing him and go, why God? Why is he chasing me? Why is this happening to me? This is so awful. No, he looks to God and asks God for help. He asks God to help him to be angry and not sin. He asks God to help him to be quiet, to help him silently wait, to look to God for his refuge and his strength. Often in life, whenever things happen, maybe you get upset about something, maybe you get angry at your brothers or sisters, or maybe even mom and dad, or maybe you get angry at yourself because you're frustrated about something. But we can often look at the problem in front of us, focusing on what is happening, instead of looking at what's inside. You see, when we look inside of our own hearts, we need God to come in. We need him to come in and change our hearts so that we can have a better perspective, so that we can look at things with God's eyes, so that we can look at things the way he wants us to, as an opportunity to learn and an opportunity to do the right thing for his glory. And so in this psalm, we see that David does that. He goes through this process. He goes through this time of praying and calling out to God, asking God to help him to be angry and not sin. And then he brings it back to asking God to be his safety. One of the things that I really enjoy about scripture is Bible memorization. Whenever we memorize the Bible, whenever we have memory verses stored up in our brains, when we face different things in our lives, we can bring them back out to help us to focus on Him again, which is why it is so important. And that's what I would love you guys to do this week.
So let's see if we can do it together now. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. In peace I will both lie down and sleep, for you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. Psalm 4, verse 8. Let's see if we can try it in a really deep monster voice. 1, 2, 3. In peace I will both lie down and sleep, for you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. Psalm 4, verse 8.
Now can you do it in an icky squeaky voice? 1, 2, 3. In peace I will both lie down and sleep, for you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. Psalm 4, verse 8.
Now, I wonder if you could do it with a couple of the words covered up. Let's see. Ready? 1, 2, 3. In peace I will both lie down and sleep, for you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. Psalm 4, verse 8. Now, boys and girls, it would be great if you could memorize this verse this week, because Bible memory is so important. Also, if you keep watching to the end of the video, there's an activity that you can do.
Fun fact guy here just came from the sky. And I have, guess what? Another fun fact for you. Prayer is talking to God, and that is really cool. But did you know that there's 650 prayers recorded for us in the Bible? That's a lot of prayer. And did you also know that the most famous prayer of all is the Lord's Prayer? That is really, really awesome. Fun fact guy.
All right, kids, so this week for our challenge, we have something a little bit different for you. We're going to make a calm jar here, and we'd love you to make them too this week. And then, when you feel angry or scared, you're going to shake it really hard, and while you watch it settle, you're going to pray through Psalm 4. So let's take a look at how we make it. First, you'll need a jar and some water, and you just pour it all in, fill it right up, almost to the top, but not quite. Then take some dish soap or hand soap, add a little bit of that in, take some glitter or grass from outside if you don't have glitter in your house, pour that in, put the lid on, and shake it really, really hard. And as you shake it, let go of those worries, those things that you're scared about, or your anger. And then, while you watch it settle, pray and ask God to help you to feel His peace, His calm, and that you would remember that you are loved by Him and help Him to know what to do next. That's it. It's that easy. You can keep it and use it every single time you're angry.